Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Broku, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball video. And welcome to another What If. What if Beerus woke up after GT, the fan fiction, part 8. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been waiting this forever, and sorry that it took so long, but here it is, part 8. Let's try and get 1,000 likes on this video, guys. That would be much appreciated. And also, don't forget to check out my sports channel, GT Sports. Go subscribe if you do like sports videos. So, a bit of a summary is that essentially what has happened so far is Beerus woke up. He wakes up after GT, and this is before Goku. He ends up not fusing with the Dragon Balls. I decided to retcon that essentially. Goku gets Super Saiyan God. All that nonsense. The turn of power happens. Universe 7 wins. They wish for all universes to be brought back into their universe. The Grand Priest comes evil. Goku fights the Grand Priest. We find out that Bardock's a god of destruction. And I essentially made the episode of Bardock canon, except I make it so that way back then, the millions of years ago, that Whis finds Bardock, trains him, and then he becomes a god of destruction. And then Cell returns, becomes Golden Cell. He traps Bardock in the hyperbolic time chamber. And then Luke and Maya, our two new protagonists, the new heroes, find Bardock. He trains them, and then they think Bardock dies, but in reality, he survives. He gets away, and then Master Roshi comes and gets Luke and Maya on the Nimbus Cloud before the Cell Juniors rush to get them after they had just killed a Cell Junior, and he begins to train them. So, if you want a lot better summary, and well, instead of a summary, you can go watch all the videos. All the previous parts will be linked in the description down below. So now we get to finally see Luke and Maya meeting Master Roshi. My, I never thought I would see fighters strong enough to take on the Cell Juniors. All of the fighters I knew were killed long ago. We are strong thanks to our master, Master Bardock. Bardock, huh? That name sounds familiar. Well, I can teach you two many things. How are we going to train? Won't they be able to sense our ki? Ah, yes. But thanks to Bulma here, she has built an energy shield that can actually conceal our ki in this area only, and as long as you don't use too much power, then we can train freely. Wow, the Bulma, she built this? Yeah, long ago. I have no idea what she's up to now, but last I heard she went underground to develop some super weapon to defeat Cell. She is desperate to get her Vegeta back. But a mere human invention doesn't have a chance against Cell, right? I see what you're saying, Luke, but never doubt Bulma. Never ever. She's done amazing things. Anyways, time to start training. First, I will teach you the legendary Kamehameha. Master Roshi begins to initiate his new students into his training regimen. While Bardock's training was more focused on sheer power and basic fighting techniques, Roshi will provide Maya with amazing techniques and will drastically increase their martial arts fighting skills. Luke and Maya trained hard every single day with Roshi. Master Roshi, did you ever see Son Goku fight? Did I ever? I saw that man fight many times. In fact, I'm the one who trained him. He was a little rascal at first, but he really did grow into a fine young man and warrior. He saved the Earth many times over. What? No way. You taught Goku? Tell us some stories, please. Okay, it's time to take a break anyways. I will tell you at the time that Goku fought even a god. His name was Beerus. Luke and Maya looked intently at Roshi as he told them the story of the Super Saiyan God, how Goku and Vegeta teamed up and fought against a god of destruction. Dispo, we have hundreds of juniors heading to Planet Ryu. Okay, I'm heading for them. I can only hold on for so long. When will backup arrive? Vion and Zore will be there in ETA 7 minutes, so 3 minutes after you. Can you hold them for that long? I will die trying if I have to. Dispo then lands on Planet Ryu, just seconds before the Cell Juniors arrive to lay siege on the planet and enslave the population. The Pride Trooper quickly powers up and rushes towards the juniors. Dispo could take out some of the weaker juniors, but the stronger ones, he'd have to use his quickness to dodge and evade until backup arrived. As Dispo had just begun to make a dent into the invading juniors, backup then finally did come. Got your back, Dispo. Glad you guys showed up. Let's finish these guys. Dispo, Vion, and Zore were able to work together and defeat the juniors. Hundreds of them lay dead on the ground. 30 years we've been fighting this war, Dispo. How long can we keep doing this? We must continue. Jiren and Toppo didn't give their lives 30 years ago just for us to give up. We must keep fighting. There is always a way. Dispo then had his flashback to over 30 years ago when Cell and his juniors first attacked the planets the Pride Troopers had under their protection. Jiren led the Pride Troopers into battle. Many died, but it seemed they had fought back and defeated the army. But then, Golden Cell himself challenged Jiren. Jiren had no chance, and that is when the former god of destruction, Toppo, had came in as well. Toppo Sakai would not even work against Cell, and the duo still couldn't defeat him. This led to former Supreme Kai of Universe 11 handing the Potara earrings to them. The legendary fusion then became Jopo. He was able to defeat Golden Cell, giving it his all and using the ultimate attack that killed Cell, but also killed them. It actually didn't really kill Cell, but it would take him many years to regenerate from that attack. His army of juniors would actually lead on and carry the torch while he kept regenerating. Without Jiren and Toppo, Dispo would become the leader of the Pride Troopers, but without them, they were at a huge disadvantage. Dispo had fallen out of his splashback to look over and see his comrades yelling, "Full growns! 3 of them heading straight for us!" Dispo looked up in shock. He knew that his final moments might have been upon him. So full growns are Cell juniors who have fully grown up. They are far more powerful than the juniors, but they're not as powerful as Cell himself. You guys get back to base. I will take them on myself. I will have to use my full power for the final time. Dispo, no. Let us help. Leave now. That is an order. His fellow troopers left just in time as the full growns landed right next to Dispo. Dispo could take on a full grown, but there were 3 of them, and Dispo still hadn't recovered yet from his fight against the many juniors he had taken down. Well, hello there, Dispo. As leader of the Pride Troopers, you are responsible for the slaughter of my brethren. Revenge will be taken upon you. The Pride Troopers will always move on. If a leader dies, a new one will always take its place. Dispo would then power up to his full power. He would need to give more than his all to defeat the 3 full growns, which would lead to his death from overexertion. The fight began, and he showed why he was the leader of the legendary superhero team. Despite being outnumbered, he used his top-end speed to dodge attacks, and the full growns would actually even accidentally hit each other. When Dispo finally would find the right moment to strike, it would be a very precise hit, really disrupting the full growns. Dispo had actually underestimated himself, and he was actually winning the fight. Stop the fight now, you 3. The full growns stopped immediately, and then Dispo looked over. I will kill him now. This was another full grown, but he looked bigger, stronger, and his skin had turned into a more green shade, unlike the other full-growns that are blue. He was further along the evolution to be an identical clone to the real Cell. This is something that Dispo had never seen before. The Pride Troopers will finally die. I have hundreds of juniors heading to each planet that you guys protect. We have finally defeated you, just in time before our leader will be fully regenerated. Dispo looked down in shame. He would be the one at fault for their defeat. Just 2 hits, and Dispo is already on the ground, unable to move. He looked up. The full grown put his hand over his head, ready to finish him off. Then, in an instant, Dispo was moved several feet back and looked up to see the Cell clone's face masked in pain, as Hit had just initiated his assassination technique on him. Hit looked over at the 3 lesser full growns, and time stopped, and once it continued, the full growns fell to their deaths. Hit, I remember you from the Tournament of Power. Thank you so much for saving me. A spacecraft then hovered above them. 2 people jumped out of it. It was Kale and Kaba. Pleasure to meet you. I am Kaba, leader of the Sadala Defense Force. If you don't remember me, I was in the Tournament of Power as well. I was surprised that there was another group in this universe waging war on the juniors, and luckily we had intel of their plans to defeat you guys. We couldn't let that happen, and we need an ally these days. I have hundreds of soldiers heading to each of your planets to help defend them. Gather your troopers, and we will fend these people off together. Quickly, get in the ship and let's go. Kaba had spent many years fighting the juniors and had become really strong due to being a Universe 6 Saiyan and the constant Zenkais he had gotten. Through their struggles, Kaba would achieve the Super Saiyan form, with many other Saiyans would achieve it as well, making them a very strong army of soldiers. On one of the planets, Kale was watching some full-growns kill innocent people, which reminded her of a bad memory. When Caulifla was killed by a junior many years ago, and Kale watched it, she transformed to a Super Saiyan Berserk and ripped the full-growns apart, similar to how Super Saiyan 2 Gohan did against the Cell Juniors. With the Pride Troopers alongside the Sadala Defense Force, they would be the victors stopping the Juniors' invasion, but they knew it wouldn't be the end. With the new alliance, this means that potentially the Cell Menace could one day be defeated, but their true hope lied with 2 human siblings on planet Earth. Wow, Master Roshi, Goku really gave Cell senzu beans when they first fought? What an idiot. But wow, Gohan ended up defeating Cell himself? What a badass. Too bad he became too much of a wussy. Or maybe Cell would have been defeated in the first place. Learn from the mistake of Gohan, you 2. No matter how strong you get, that doesn't mean you abandon training. If Gohan had actually continued his training, then he truly would be the strongest, and we would not be in this situation. But still, not all the blame should be put on him. Anyways, You guys have vastly improved, taking all the techniques I know and mastering them in such short time. Unfortunately, this is all that I can do for you. But Master Roshi, we can't defeat Cell at this point. We just are not strong enough. Fear not. There is still much more to learn, just not from me. Head over to Bulma and she'll have a spaceship ready for you. It'll take you somewhere where you will meet a man named King Kai, where he will teach you some very important lessons and techniques. Dispo and Topo and other Pride Troopers and Saiyans were meeting at a table. We need more fighters if we wish to defeat them. We need to beat them before Cell is fully regenerated. If he gets back to 100%, we can't defeat him, we can't do anything. One of my scouts went to a planet called Earth. Yes, Goku's old planet, and he found a dojo hidden in the mountains. There's a very strong master, and he's teaching his disciples. They might not be as strong as our fighters, but the way they fight, it's unbelievable. They're masters of their craft. They would make a great ally. Anyways, guys, that's part 8. Hope you guys did enjoy, so please do leave a like if you did. Comment down below, tell me your thoughts, predict what you think might happen, and just give me suggestions for what you think should happen in the later parts. And also subscribe if you are new, and turn on notifications, and please join my Discord, and follow me on Twitter. Thanks to all my Patreon supporters, Zach Trotaku and Hodag Hunter. Those are my Super Saiyans. Thanks to my Super Saiyan 2s, Darius, Israel Flores, Dutch Gamer Monkey, Connor Trigg, Locke, Gerald Herbert, Anime Paradox, Griffin Jacob, and Mystic Ghoul. And thanks to my Super Saiyan 3s, Scotland Serenity, Daraj Payton, Sin Overlord 17, Badass Thug, and the really awesome dude that only supports Broku on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for all the support on my Patreon. It really does mean a lot, and it really does help me out. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Peace out.